Hello and welcome to the Breaking Bitcoin Market Update. It's Wednesday, June 2nd, 2021. Welcome one and all to, well, the most exciting 2 hours in crypto podcasting coming to you live every day. Today, of course, we're not going the full 2 hours. We have our community mentorship session coming up at 3 o'clock. So we're going to wind the show down, as usual, 30 minutes early this Wednesday. And we look forward to, of course, kicking it with our community members in the premium at the mentorship session. I look forward to it. Of course, let's get right into this today. Introduce our analysts as always. Alex and Jason are with us. Alex, how are you doing this afternoon?
I'm good, thank you.
And Jason, how are things going?
Things are going well, my friend. Last night they got a few signals, but decided that I wanted to add to my BTC position rather than taking an alt position against it, because I do think that we are looking like that scenario pressed to the upside before another test to the downside is looking like the most likely scenario. And so far that's been the right decision, but we'll see.
Yep, pretty much. We'll get into the price action in just a moment. But indeed, Bitcoin is pressing up a bit, including DOGE. DOGE had a decent day. So we're going to cover all that today, along with some news items. But we will try and breeze through this early segment today, guys. Leave more room on the other side for Alex's analysis and your requests. Anything you want to mention before we start about the mentorship session? Is there a certain topic we're covering?
We are likely going to do chapters 11 and 12 today for Jesse Stein's Insider Buy Superstocks. The reason why I say likely is that there's going to be a bit of difficulty in that I want to look at the charts that Jesse Stein has in the book, through the lens of TradingView and our particular systems. However, it's been 10 years and some of these markets just aren't available anymore. The companies have merged or changed their names and split, and just otherwise you just can't chart them. So we're going to be a little bit stymied, but we're gonna do some work on it, and then of course we'll be answering just general trading relating questions. So members, feel free to stop in.
All right, should be an exciting mentorship session indeed. Let's dive right into it, guys. Bitcoin, here we go. Here is a look at Bitcoin on the daily. We're finally getting we're kind of stuck in the Keltner channel right now, but we very well might be crossing over the daily. Makes, of course, isn't above zero yet, and neither is any response from WADA preparing to turn bullish, but there is this, at least a test of the baseline. And of course, I think we had bottom feeder, one of our proprietary indicators here at, well, I guess maybe more trading strategy than indicator, but bottom feeder signaled on Bitcoin and some of the majors, if I'm not mistaken.
On the USDT pairing, it's been the last 3 days, so.
Right. Bottom feeder signaling. That's at least a decent, that, of course, that indicator, that strategy has a decent hit rate. I'd expect it to follow through, at least hit, I'd have to put the Quadrigo on, but
no, it has its own within the setting of itself, but the latest target is 40,313.
$40,313 puts us right around here. That's I guess major resistance up here in the nice around 40k range. I wouldn't be surprised if that follows through. We've of course kind of put in, lower lows over the last week or so. Figure we're due for a test up. Will we break through it? Something tells me not quite, but might be good for at least that take profit. Not much else to say on Bitcoin. Let's hurry this along. Ethereum currently at 2760, looking a lot like Bitcoin's chart, but of course, Mix is actually crossing above zero today on Ethereum, but not above the baseline. Not much else firing on Ethereum. EOS currently at $6.40, about the same. Here's Doge. Doge had a decent run up, even wicked into the Keltner channel on the daily baseline. Hit as high as 45 cents today. We're going to cover a little bit of news to see what the latest is on Doge that could be spurring some of this positive momentum. Makes busting out above the zero line, but not much else to be said about it. Is this it for Doge's bullish impulse, or will we see a trip to test, say, 48 cents later this week? Link is looking a bit like Bitcoin, currently in the Keltner channel. Get a bit more buying here, might very well close above the baseline. Even WADA starting to show first signs of flipping bullish. Gotta keep my eye on Link. Might have the workings of a decent long building in there. XRP $2, not much to say here. Polkadot at $25. Looks a bit like everything else. Here's Kusama. Yes, Kusama looking decently strong. Currently at $413. It's done. It's up about 15% on today's candle alone. Makes really clearing out of the red zone now. Makes me wonder, is Kusama in it, ready to go for, say, $530? $530 at least. A test of 500s. Could be the case, especially if the whole market turns up from here. MATIC's back, baby. MATIC, $1.83.
Is MATIC back?
No,
because MATIC is underneath the daily baseline.
It is. Unfortunately, my brain was still on Kusama when I read Mod at MATIC, but nonetheless, MATIC is still here, going sideways at $1.82. BNB, check out BNB clearing the baseline. If it closes anything like this today, looks decent. $408 presently.
Well, I mean, it's basically the same chart as Kusama and the same chart as, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's bullish, but they all look alike still.
They certainly do. At least a few of these are at least clearing their baseline. But of course, none of these have had anything coming in from WADA, at least on the WADA indicator front. So indeed, I'd approach these with caution. All right, the Uniswap token, in the Keltner channel right now, might in fact close above the baseline today at $28. But indeed, like everything else, no WADA. This move may very well fail, so don't FOMO into anything, guys. Cardano, currently $1.77, and here is a look at GME. Wow, GME at $277 today. What's AMC up to? Whoa, AMC going for it at $71. How much?
Oh,
holy hell! It's up 90% on today's candle. GME or AMC, I should say.
I'm telling you, COVID's over. We're going back to the movie theaters, baby.
If only that were true, but yes, the epic short squeeze on AMC continues, currently at $72.
GME and AMC can go for it. Why not crypto? Right?
Yeah.
Damn right.
Something that actually has a use case right now.
I heard AMC made a recent announcement talking about returning back to video rentals now that the movie business is the movie theater business is not doing too good. I think they had Titanic lined up as one of their first releases across 2 VHS tapes. So we're heralding in a return, guys, a renaissance in home movie watching, and it ain't going to be streaming, guys. AMC on the forefront of the original Netflix model.
Man, you just know those Wall Street Bets guys are going nuts right now.
Yeah. Imagine anybody got shaken out, bought a top. I bet a lot of retail suckers bought a top, shaken out near bottom, just to see these short squeezes fly again. Quite something. All right, let's keep this brief and hurry along into the next segment, and that's going to be bubbles, guys. Here we go. Green day in the markets. Yes, Doge, of course, up nearly 30% today. Big day for Doge. Let's see here. Pirate Chain is up nearly 20%. BNB, decent bounce on BNB today, up 17%. We got the likes of Cake up 15%. OKB, that's right, the OKCoin official token, the exchange token of OKEX, 22% gains day over day. Phantom up 15%. Polkadot rounding out some of the top gainers at 15%. Most of the bubbles pretty green today. Single digit winners, or, well, most dipping their toes into 10% or up gains. Nice day in the alt space. There is your quick look at bubbles, everyone. All right, let's go into the news really quick. Like I said, we're gonna try and fly through this. I have quite a few news tabs here to look through. Biden proposing more stringent regulations to catch crypto tax evaders. This one comes from Forbes. Let's see here. Biden's fiscal year 2022 revenue proposal aims to catch crypto tax evaders by reinforcing existing information reporting rules and information sharing agreements between jurisdictions. All right. Information reporting, primary way regulators like the IRS know about your crypto activity. Cryptocurrency exchanges are required by law to collect your personal ID and report your annual activity to the IRS by using forms such as the 1099-K and several others. If exchanges fail to report this information, I wonder how much reporting Binance is doing to the IRS on American customers. I mean, I'm hoping close to zero, but you never know when these things might change. Of course, American-based exchanges like Coinbase and Kraken are an open book. But beyond this boring IRS jargon, suitable only for your accountant, let's see here. Is this going to touch on... Damn it, it doesn't. Reading another article today talking about... you guys heard about the latest cyber attack to cripple part of the meat processing globally? You guys hear about this?
I heard that they were already getting it set up.
Let's do it. Meat cyber attack. Let's just quickly remind everyone, this is more of a mainstream news story, but still cyber attack. U.S. meat packing plants get back on stream after crippling cyber attack. All right, so it is back up and running.
Yeah, they're still getting it set up, but it's like basically back online.
All right.
So do we need to long meat?
I don't know. Should have a freezer already stocked full of that delicious beef if you want to survive what comes next. But yeah, another cyber attack, and the reason I bring this up is because I saw, let's see here, White House spokesman said on Tuesday the attackers were most likely criminals based in Russia. Let's see here, definitely engaged. But along with the Biden admin taking a look at crypto regulations, in this article's case surrounding crypto tax evaders, I did hear some rumblings that with all these cyber ransomware attacks, they might very well be looking to put the kibosh on crypto one way or another in order to curtail all these cyber attacks going down. Something that we've been kind of covering on and off on the show in recent weeks and months. Do expect a response from regulators, ostensibly over this whole cyber attack phenomenon that seems to be rearing its head as of late. All right, let's keep things going. Here's a recent survey suggesting a significantly higher portion of Americans trust Coinbase itself over Bitcoin. Interesting. Let's see here. The level of trust in Bitcoin has tanked among Americans over the past 2 weeks. Well, go figure. People get wrecked and their faith in Bitcoin is shaken. Of course, some of this, I think, is being attributed to how can one man and his tweets blow out this Bitcoin thing. I thought Bitcoin was decentralized. Of course, that is the narrative, but about what you'd expect from a poll of American users getting wrecked in the last couple of weeks.
Like, go ask the people who just lost all their money if they're upset. Like, of course they are. Like,
their trust. The Bitcoin was supposed to hold its gains. Their trust is now broken. Shame on you, Bitcoin.
It's been 2 weeks. It even said it in the article.
It certainly has. Let's have a look. Elon Musk's Tesla tweets violated court-ordered policy, says the SEC. All right, the SEC told Tesla that Twitter activity from the firm's CEO twice violated a court-ordered policy requiring his tweets to be approved by company lawyers. Damn.
That's
you know you have a tweeting problem when the SEC says, listen, before you go tweeting any further, make sure your lawyers, give it the green light.
It's like we lost the Donald, and now someone's got to pick up the slack.
Yeah. Musk often tweets about crypto, but here the SEC was specifically concerned about tweets about Tesla's solar roof production volumes and its stock price. Yeah, guys, they are not lashing out at him over his Doge shilling or other.
They should. But they're not.
They should.
Yeah, they should.
But
It's not directly involved with Tesla.
They're giving him a little reminder here, not to meddle in, certain things, like in this case, production volume, stock price. But this was, of course, back to May 2020. SEC told Tesla the company had failed to enforce procedures and controls despite repeated violations by Mr. Musk. Tesla abdicated the duties required of it by the court's order. The SEC letter added, blah, blah, blah. All right, so expect Tesla to get another letter in the mail from the SEC. Elon, knock it off and put the, if anything, just uninstall the Twitter app from your phone. Consider having a PR person handle that from now on. Will this ego...
Go hang out with your son, Ashy Larry, or whatever his name was.
Yeah, I still haven't figured out how to pronounce the name of that kid. Supposedly it's pretty easy, though. I gotta go back and check that Rogan episode. All right, let's see here. All right. Yep, 38k Bitcoin. Don't need to cover this one. Gaming giant Razer is exploring crypto. That's right, guys. The maker of some of the shittiest peripherals in the game, Razer, is evaluating potential entry into the crypto space. Singaporean American gaming firm Razer. I don't even know if this is a gaming firm per se. This to me is more of a hardware peripheral company, but nonetheless, Razer currently mulling over entering cryptocurrency during the company's annual general meeting that just took place earlier today. Company President Tan said his company's user base was interested in digital assets. Razer has reservations about the industry, blah, 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 blah. All right, so maybe another company that many, I guess, in the PC gaming world are familiar with, potentially preparing to dip its toes into crypto, but not really much substance to this story. What else do we have? Strategic. Yeah, here we go. This is what I mentioned earlier. Biden admin representative says expanding cryptocurrency analysis is part of a strategic review on ransomware. That's right. What White House spokesman said earlier yesterday on Tuesday, that expanding crypto analysis to trace ransomware-tied transactions is part of a broader focus on such attacks, and rightfully so. It's not too easy to cover your tracks in crypto. There should be a way to, I know it might be hard to reach all the way over to Russia or China or wherever these criminals strike from, but one would think that there is something that can be done when these ransoms are paid out. And, maybe wish them the best of luck. I don't like hearing my meat supply getting disrupted. All right, let's keep this going. How are we doing on time? Pretty good. Google's going to allow crypto exchanges and wallets to target U.S. users. That's right, guys. You remember when Google had the great, and their AdSense had a great suspension of all things crypto advertising? Well, supposedly they're going to loosen up some of their policies surrounding cryptocurrency-related projects advertising on their platform. Starting August 3rd, Google's going to allow advertisers offering crypto exchanges and wallets to target U.S. users. They will have to meet a set of requirements outlined by Google. Means they have to be registered with FinCEN, federal state chartered bank entity, blah, 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 blah. Basically, more legit exchanges such as Coinbase and others, I guess, will be allowed to begin advertising, showering the Google users with crypto ads. So, potential minor victory for crypto users. Advertising, I guess, is important to raise awareness for among the average normie class. This could be maybe a slightly good thing for the crypto space. It might help attract a few more people to dive into these platforms.
We see things like this trickling out into the market everywhere, whether it be like that recent race car, or that Formula One car with Bitcoin on it, so like exchanges buying up stadiums. Like, it's just slowly happening everywhere, right?
It is, of course. Google famously, I think, rescinded all like crypto advertising at some point. Facebook, I think, had something similar, which about what you would expect, given that the market gets, users get wrecked, people hurl complaints, and but looks like there's a bit of a turnaround in their policy. I guess it's a little overdue. All right, what else do we have here on the news front? That's right, the European Central Bank is going to be getting into a digital currency, digital wallet sooner rather than later. Central banks will lose control without a digital currency. Customers and businesses without access to central bank digital currency will be forced to turn to outside providers for the services, potentially undermining central bank dominance, a European Central Bank said today. A lot of people are describing this as them paving the way for introduction of CBDC in the near future. All right, we're low on time. I'm not going to cover this whole story, but I do recommend you guys check out. This is one of the major trending stories of today, including the announcement of a digital wallet. Let's have a look here. No wallet. No. All right. I'll have to pull up another story for that one. But indeed, the
ECB make sure to team up with Neuralink so they can all get a USD federal coin in your mind.
Yeah, I wonder. I imagine the U.S. might be still a little slow to the draw on that one, but I think that time is coming ever closer, where we indeed see central bank digital currencies in the West becoming. What's up?
I'm surprised that you're not talking about that big financial transaction news for Canadians.
I have that actually in one of my next tabs.
Okay.
Next tab.
Yes. Let's see here. Marathon. This is a little follow-up to something we covered yesterday. We did talk about Marathon yesterday. It says its mining pool will stop censoring transactions following an outcry from the Bitcoin community. Yes, again, I touched on this yesterday, but it's become a little more official. Marathon Digital, a US-based mining firm, is reconfiguring its sanctions-compliant Bitcoin mining pool following a community backlash. Let's see here. Their CEO, Fred Thiel, announced the move in a statement on the firm's website on the 31st. Mara Pool began validating blocks on the Bitcoin network at the beginning of May using a wallet risk scoring software from DMG that, according to Marathon, filtered out transactions involving wallets that appear on the U.S. Treasury's Office of Foreign Asset Control blacklist. They're going to rescind this, which is a great victory for Bitcoin, because this is scary. This is generally a scary proposal, and one way to dramatically undermine Bitcoin and what it offers in terms of censorship and permissionlessness is by having the government somehow enforce these blacklists of sorts on miners. If the miners are not allowed to take your transaction and validate it, it's as good as dead. Of course, there's always, this is a global network. Likely some miner somewhere will finally shove your transaction in a block, but this is still a bad precedent to set. So it's good to see that the community backlash has had Marathon backpedal a little bit. All right. Yes, Doge listed on Coinbase Pro, I think, or is the market open on Coinbase Pro? Or is it just still allowing deposits? Either way.
I got a notification as well that Bybit is as well.
Oh, Dogecoin coming to Bybit as well. Dogecoin is launching on Coinbase Pro starting today, Tuesday. This is yesterday. Transfer Doge into your Coinbase.
Those retail traders. They want those retail trader transactions.
There's a sucker born every minute. We're going to take them for all they're got.
Yeah, they sure do. Doge, retail Doge traders, heads up. Doge coming to Coinbase Pro as well as, I guess, Bybit now.
Yeah, they've already got the structure for it. Dogecoin is just an old version of Bitcoin.
Yep.
It's not super special or anything like that. It's just got some different parameters because obviously its inflation rate is very different. But I can't imagine it's that difficult at all for exchanges to set up to accept it.
Can't imagine it is, but until, of course, the average Robinhood user and holder of Doge finds out that he can't exactly withdraw any Doge off the platform and send it to Bybit for leverage trading or anything like that. But there you go, decent development on the Doge front. Maybe a reason why we're seeing a major uptick in Doge today. All right, finally, here's a little something. Alex linked in News Pulse Premium. Any Canadians in here? Heck, even if you're an American user, this is an interesting read. I did kind of scroll through this really quickly and peeped some of the main topics it covers. This is reporting large virtual currency transactions to FinTrack. This is Canada's financial tracking, anti-money laundering organization run by the feds. And it talks about, let's see here, effective this year. Here's some things you have to consider when you're sending more than $10,000 worth of virtual currency. So this article, again, coming from directly from Canadian authorities, covers topics of what is a virtual currency, when must you report virtual currency transactions, how do you submit these reports, how do you complete one of these reports, do you have other requirements associated with large transactions, what are the exceptions to reporting large transactions. So this is relevant to any Canadians, but people who like to read I guess the legal or accounting jargon, this is might be worth a look. But yes, gentlemen, a reminder, when you forward more than 10 grand over to Bybit or Binance, you're actually obligated to let the feds know. So there you go. It is a interesting look. Does put some things in perspective, and a little hint at if your current jurisdiction does not yet enforce such things, it likely will come in a similar form as what the Canadian federal authorities have outlined here. I do recommend you check that out. Like I said, the link is in News Pulse Premium in our Discord server. Definitely worthy checking out by any Canadians. All right, that's it for today's news. Let's quickly hop into the live chat and see who's with us this afternoon. Let me expand the chat window a touch. Drag this up over here. All right, bada bing. We're good here. Now let's scroll up and see who's with us this afternoon. Shout outs to Mr. Ether. He's first in the live chat today on YouTube. Ready, Freddy? Yes, we are certainly ready. Good to have you back in the chat, Mr. Ether. Ron Legato on YouTube's with us. Let's see here. Alex1233 on DLive joins us. Good evening. Let's do this. Very good evening to our UK peeps. Torrent on YouTube writes, I got a request here. Okay. B-Flow. Is this where I'm supposed to like and subscribe? Yeah, you could do us a big favor if you can like and subscribe. But of course, most of you already are. I don't doubt it. Let's see here. Rod Dog saying hello on DLive. Taz Blitz saying good evening all to a greener day. Yeah, it does feel good to wake up closer to 40 than 30, isn't it? In terms of Bitcoin price. Mike Maker, hey yo, good to see you. Let's see, David Rice joined us on YouTube. Mr. Ether says, I told you boys, we are going up. Guys, I didn't balk at a 50% retracement in Bitcoin's price. I bought my dip. I am pretty happy, and I'm ready to go up. I'm ready to go up from here. Is there some chance we're not going to dip any lower? Maybe. That's why I bought some of this dip.
I think we at least within patterns have another test of the lows after a pop to the upside, but we'll see.
Yeah, I somehow have this feeling like, you know, that 20K, the previous all-time high has to be tested in this
I'm with you.
stretch.
19,999. I still got it on the books.
Yeah, I have some limit orders set on Bybit actually. I'm looking to scoop up a dip to 19,999, and I have another limit order around I think 24.9 or 25.5, something like that. Wouldn't put it past that. But let's keep going. Varoom on Twitch asks, is this a bull trap? Yeah, it's a trap. Careful. Maybe.
It's a trap.
It's a trap. Yes.
I think he could. Psychologically, when I think about it, like that would cause the most pain. So I would assume that this push to the upside might be a little short-winded.
Yeah, back in my mind, I think of that article we covered yesterday, the Glassnode's data, talking about Bitfinex's long to short ratio. Seems everybody's piled into the long side. Seems like a perfect opportunity to pull
Trap
the
a bunch
rug
of longs.
and trap these bulls. But we'll see. I'll let the analysts mull that one over. Blue Levi on DLive, good to see you. West Hammer on DLive as well. Hi guys, can you look into that? Yeah, we'll look at that. That seems to come across the request line daily, but hang tight, we'll get to that shortly. Electric joins us on DLive as well. Let's see here. Alex 81SG, I think I already mentioned. A ticket to the movies costs like a month of streaming service. It's not worth it. In many ways, that is true, but the big summer blockbusters are only available, at the movie theater. So until they can find a way to to release those AAA blockbuster movies, the big Marvel flicks, or whatever the top movie of the year, the big budget flicks, until they can find a way to safely release that direct to home on launch day without being without the sales getting completely wrecked by piracy. I think movie theaters still have a place in that whole thing, unless of course movies themselves are going by the wayside. Let's see here.
I'll make a movie.
We're not making those types of movies, bro. Save that.
It's gonna be an action adventure.
Yes, that's gonna be an OnlyFans exclusive. Let's keep it going. Let's see here. Electric. Let's see here. Mention. Crypto Bull 21 joins us. We call those weak hands. Yes, we'll check this one out for you. Polyb's here. Hello, people. Shoutouts to Polyb. Machete Mode is with us. Ashy Larry. Machete Mode clearly picked up on the Ashy Larry reference, which I...
To Elon's son. I thought that was pretty good.
Let's see here. We have Revolution. Hola, Crypto Hermanos. Yes, hola to Revolution. Vinex on YouTube. Hello, requests. Yes, stand by. We will get to the request section, Mr. Vinex. We haven't even got into the main segment. David Rice, I've already mentioned. And who else is with us today? I gotta kind of wrap this part up. Yes, hang tight. Damien Hughes, welcome back, says Damien Hughes. Thank you, Damien Hughes. Welcome back to you too. It's good to be here back in the VTube land. Let's have a look. Exit Only 23 on Twitch also joins us. Nathan Soki on YouTube as well. Exit Only says, thanks, Jack. I'm from Calgary. Love the Canadian news updates. Well, shoutouts to my Calgary peep. Us Canadians have to hold down the crypto coin. Yeah, we're doing it here, and well, we have a few months of summer, so we better enjoy it. Ali Sami, all right, a request for Alex. We'll get into that. Crypto York joins us, and that's it. Everyone's shouting out, guys. I have to make this brief. Would love to read your comments, but I have to save room for the TA portion of the show, which comes to you now. Alex, if you don't mind going live, I'm going to connect to you, and I'm going to kick off.
We're not going to do the... okay, yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's mentorship day, so we kind of got to go a little bit faster.
Oh, am I forgetting some segment? What am I forgetting? Alex, did I forget something or no?
No, I guess I just wasn't up on... I didn't know you read all the way up to where the members were talking.
Usually you go through all of the comments.
No, I did actually scroll through all the comments. I just neglected to read a few, but again, we're low on time. Let's get right into it, guys. This is it. Let's change scenes over here and see. Yep, Alex is currently looking at the BTC USD hourly.
Look how accurate that line.
Yeah, that blue squiggle you had there was right on point. All right.
That's what we talked about. Like literally bottoming at that, go sideways for a while, then pop.
Mm-hmm.
Like even the time frame was almost right so far.
Honestly, the TA, or our general analysis, it's called the general analysis, has been super on point in recent months. And so for anybody who didn't watch us on DLive while during our great 3-month-long absence on YouTube, may not be aware of this, and we try not to toot our own horn too much around here, but seriously, our analysts have been totally on point with, again, this general analysis of the market in recent months. So if you missed us, well, you missed some great projection. All right.
A lot of great opportunities to be in the right positions.
Indeed. All right, I'm going to start collecting requests. I'll be working diligently in the background. Alex will take you through the next segment along with Jason. BRB, guys.
So yeah, for the time being, I consider this to be pretty bullish. We're finally making our way over the daily baseline. However you want to draw the resistance in the area, it appears as if we've broken over it or are in the process of breaking over it. Let's go to a lower time frame. There we go. No, that's wrong. Actually, so not quite over it yet. It's interesting.
Yeah, she's right on that, riding that trend right now. That's why I'm looking at lower time frames. It looks to me like it might be one of those just slow stair step up scenarios that are really hard to get a read on.
It could very well. At the very least, it's sideways enough that the markets are happy to start piling into alts, which we've seen
Reflected in bubbles.
Yeah, across the tether pairs. So I suppose there is still a chance that we could retest the lows here, but I'm just with our movement above the daily baseline here, this bullish divergence that we've popped on our on time transformation, WAT is starting to fire off. Overall, things are far more bullish here than they are bearish as of today. You know, yesterday, the day before, things could have gone either way. But I'd say at this point, we're definitely leaning much more bullish in the near to midterm.
Because I was even leaning bullish yesterday, as people know who were watching this show yesterday. I thought that the popular upside was much more likely, and today I'm even more convinced. So I like that we popped up, closed night. That might even be a 3-bar play on the daily, huh?
I will have to see. I guess I'm not really a 3-bar play kind of person.
Yeah, the pattern's really recognizable though.
Okay, this would be the 3-bar play area that he's talking about.
Yeah, right there. That's a great one.
Yeah, here for Ethereum as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. The chart is similar on Ethereum, but since we're still so far away from our daily baseline, we can't really take any longs here. I'd still be targeting 3,600 on Ethereum though. If it were to be longed, I think that'd be a good place to be looking.
If it were to be longed.
Yeah. So we make some highs, we break down, we move back up, we retest resistance, or this area of support as resistance, and then maybe break back down. The one more leg down that we're still looking for in the markets.
Where is the 0.5 resistance level on that?
3150.
3150. Okay. I'm liking that area.
Let's take a look at the various alt pairings.
Alt bags.
Yeah. Bitcoin dominance continues falling here. That's good. However, we're still expecting bottoming in this area. More down is good. More sideways here is good. Up is bad. That probably means that the market is collapsing. Or the one good scenario would be is if Bitcoin is rising all by itself, which would still kind of suck if you're in a lot of alts, but it wouldn't be as painful. Let's see. Uniswap perp has a lot more room to move upwards here. Starting to break above the daily baseline. Same chart that we've seen over and over here. Getting this, this isn't really a bullish divergence on this one. Starting to cross above the daily baseline. Just starting to reach the daily baseline. I still think the most reasonable area of resistance is going to be up here. Maybe up here, but this I think is a good place to be looking. Privacy perp is starting to break above the daily baseline. Not quite there yet. It's more trading sideways through it. Nice bounce back on exchange perps today. So this is going to be OKEX and BNB and HT and FTT and all the other exchange tokens.
Yeah. I should have taken BNB last night, but decided to go with the BTC call, which still a good call.
Mm-hmm. Now that we're reaching up into this area, it sort of feels like we're going to inevitably burst up out of here. So actually, I think I would be looking for a retest of the point of control for a shit perp.
That would be an interesting day.
Yeah. So potentially all the way up here. Whoops. If this ends up breaking. Yada yada, same story. Same story. We've got a lot of resistance overheads, guys. I'm just not convinced that we have this shakeout and then the market just continues. Maybe it does. I'd be glad to be wrong here. That would be really lucrative for me. But I'm just not seeing it. I see this as an area where anybody who was buying in April and May could maybe get out at break even.
Mm-hmm. And then that moment that it gets to break even, that's right when they get all confident again and go, you know what, I'm going to hold it, and then it sells off again.
That certainly happens to me.
I'm pretty sure it happens to everyone at the beginning, right?
Yep. BNB looking pretty nice here. We just don't have enough volatility yet to take a trade off of this, but I say this is good to take up into at least the 475 area. I know we have a couple requests for BNB today, so I guess I'll just get that out of the way. This is the area that I'd be targeting, right around 475. I also see a little bit of volume around 450, but we'll probably wake up at least into this area. And then if we do have another leg down, which I think we do, I'm looking for 175.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be painful.
Man, I really, today I was talking with a member who was going through one of the hedging strategies that he built. And it had me looking at the CME again. And, man, I forgot about that glaring gap at 26K on Bitcoin.
Yeah.
It's pretty big. Like how did I forget about that?
I don't know how, because it is highlighted on my CME chart.
Yeah. Oh, that's the funny thing. I hadn't looked at the CME that long because it's highlighted on mine too. I'm like, how did I forget about this?
Yeah.
Just gotta zoom out, guys. Gotta remember, like, that's a pretty big gap, and those tend to get filled. Doesn't mean they have to, of course. But yeah, I like that little swing to the upside before a further breakdown.
Sideways day on the dollar. This is actually encouraging. The more we reject from what's essentially flipped support above us, we're like inside of the support and resistance area here. So as you can see on lower time frames, this is an area of support, and it is now resistance on lower time frames for us. That's giving us this kind of wiki behavior on higher time frames.
Yeah, but it's like the adage of like going outside of it, like going sideways out of a trend in a bullish movement is usually bearish. It's the same thing here on the downside when you go breaking the trend sideways and then start getting above your baselines. Like this is bottoming behavior.
Yeah, we have crawled on top of the daily baseline here for the dollar. Overall, the dollar is bullish, which is bearish for us. I imagine, though, that since today is a sideways day on the Dixie, that we've got an update on traditional markets. So we've got an update on crypto, too, right? So let's take a look. Kind of an update on the Dow Jones, but
I have a feeling that that's going to be perfect.
That would be nice if this ended up being perfect.
I bet it's perfect. I can even see the. I think you might even got the timing right on the fall. We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, I don't want to. I mean, even if I did get it right, it would have been pure luck because it's not like it's calculated it out. But
it's still fun to do it real time.
Yeah,
we're not completely full of shit.
So today we did what we've been doing all week. We gapped up and then traded down. So yesterday we gapped up, traded all the way down. We closed the day here, gapped up again on open, trade up a little bit, and then closed down. So we're nominally up for the day. We're up 0.07%, but all we've done today is trade down. We just gapped up overnight, and we're still up above where we closed yesterday. I don't consider this very strong. If we look at this on the weekly,
that looks terrible.
Oh. I think it's much more likely that we, maybe we could have a couple more weeks of sideways up here, but I still think we're going down, and that would jive with the TA that we've done on crypto markets too. And one more big leg down.
Mm-hmm. People aren't scared enough.
NASDAQ is unhappy today. Uh-oh. This is so not ooh la la.
So not ooh la la.
No.
Another.
So we did gap up and then trade down today, but it's down enough that it's really registering for us. So far, this is starting to look like a lower high. We'll give it some time. We could bounce here, wander up. This isn't necessarily a swing high yet, but it's certainly starting to shape up as not especially strong price action. S&P 500 somewhere in the middle, as always, giving us an exit signal today right at resistance. Selling.
I was gonna say, did your fan just go off?
It is struggling just a little bit. It's not super bad today, right?
Well, I just heard it for the first time just now, so I'm like, what's happening?
Yeah, well, we're looking at the very flaccid looking S&P 500.
Nice and droopy.
It looks pretty rough here, guys. I don't see anything good here on traditional markets, at least the indices. Yeah, GME and AMC might be going wild today. Let's look at the Russell 2000. We were discussing earlier in the week, a theory that maybe small cap stocks could do better here than tech stocks because of the economy opening back up. Where's our CFDs? Yeah. Update yesterday on Russell, but today just sideways. Maybe. We could just come up, peg the high, and then break back down. So we'll see. We'll see with it. Gold and resistance, putting in a little bit of bullish behavior. It could still push up into the 1950s, but overall, this is a pretty overextended run, especially if you look at it on the 3-day. Silver seems to be winding up. Is it? It's a little soon to say, but I could see silver retesting $30 here.
Mm-hmm.
Palladium breaking out of the downtrend. I would start looking along this. We could finally have some support in this area. Let's see here, holding the break of the downtrend and bouncing off our previous weekly all-time high shown here. It's not a bad place to look for a bounce, right? A nice low-risk entry point. Let's be like, okay, well, I'll just exit under 2,700 because I was wrong. Platinum, I say more downwards. Still looks very, very weak here. Corn showing a little bearishness. Natural gas hanging out at resistance. More strength from soybeans.
Always.
Oil might go for it here. So previously, we were looking for oil to break down from $67 area. But yesterday we broke up, and today we're holding it. I think we could make new highs here on oil. I would be looking to take it to it's a good area. Yeah, if we close the week like this, I would consider this to be a pretty bullish close. First area I would be looking to maybe take profits in is right around $75. I wouldn't really be surprised to see us hit 80 though. I like the volume that I see up there.
Yeah, I like that area as well. Come up right to the bottom of that old support on the further back pattern. Yeah, perfect.
Oh, this is also previous consolidation area here in the past, so I can see us reaching all the way up here.
Yep. I like it.
Support, consolidation here. $30-year bonds finally showing some strength today. Finding some support on our point of control. 5-year bonds up. 2-year sideways. 10-year up. So on the long end, we're doing pretty good, and we do seem to be bottoming. Doing 5-year, not much really to report. India continues rising. Japan at resistance. Netherlands at resistance. It's 2 o'clock. Why don't we go ahead and move to chart requests?
Yep, I am down with that. A little notification for our DLive audience. We're going to open the chest a little early today. Again, it is the Wednesday session, so 1 hour, 15 minutes into the show is what we're aiming for, i.e. exactly 16 minutes from now. Stand by for that chest opening. In the meantime, let's get into the requests, shall we? Let's hide this and reveal the first request of today. And it comes from the user by the name of Torrent on YouTube. NKN. NKN is their first request.
Okay.
it looks pretty good. I'd say it's just about ready to be longed. We can't long it with our system, but I wouldn't blame you for taking a long from this spot. You could easily set your stop on the other side of this wick right here, and I think it'd be a good trade. There's a lot to recommend it to us. We just we don't have WADA support for the trade right now. As you can see, we don't have enough momentum or volatility. But our oscillator likes it, and so does our daily baseline. We've got a break of this downtrend. Could make sense. What's next?
All right, there is NKN. He also wants to look at ICP. Let's look at ICP. There's also another user here with an ICP request. I'll read that in a minute.
I think ICP makes a lot of sense here in this spot. As you can see, we've started forming a point of control here, and we break down from the point of control and drop down into the liquidity of the wick of the selling climax from a little while back in on May 19th. So we wick into this area here. Let's go back in time just a little bit. We wick into this area, and you can see there's all this volume down here. There's several different order blocks that we begin to trade into and push down into. You can watch this over time. So this order block down here. So yeah, I like being a buyer right around $100. We could push down one more time towards 90, and I said as much before, I think, but it seems pretty unlikely. Let's look on lower time frames here. So here we are trading inside of the previous wick underneath support. I like being a buyer here anywhere near $105, and then if we broke down below $100, you could look to get out. I think this is it's an easy place to place your stop and sort of play a return to, a return to the point of control, a mean reversion trade, however you want to consider it. Certainly seems like sellers are kind of getting exhausted, right? Lots selling here, medium amount here, small amount here. This is the weekly candle. The week's halfway over. Maybe it could get worse. But it certainly doesn't seem like there's a lot of negative momentum, especially when you look at the rest of the market right now, right? So I think it could make sense. All right. That's all I really have to say on ICP. What's next?
That was great. I also think it covered Toes' in the sand question. I'll just read it out really quickly. ICP, I know there's not a ton of data, but does this seem like bottoming behavior? Or could you see
I picked up some. I picked up some ICP here. I think my entry is like 109, 108. So I'm like slightly underwater right now. I think it's a good spot, and then if it's wrong, I take a small loss on it. Whatever. That's the game.
Indeed, Toes, I hope that covers your question as well. I certainly feel like his analysis did. In the meantime, let's get into the next one. West Hammer on DLive writes, hi guys, can you take a look at VET? And if you have any thoughts about VET long-term strength, including the ability to survive the bear market. Well, we don't really do fundamental analysis. The project that's been around for a while, I know it's trying to do something like supply chain logistics. It seems like a decent project, but few alts ever fare well during a bear market. But let's hear what Alex has to say.
Yeah, well, I mean, you only have to look at how VET did during the last bear market. VET did awful. VET lost like 95% of its value. And we can go and we can calculate this for you. I have to turn this off. We'll need even older data. Here, 1 second. Let's take off linear, put on log. Okay, here we go. So, no, there's a vet is older than this. That's right. They split.
Yeah, it did, didn't it?
It had a split in 2018. That's why there's not older data. Let me. Oh, you tricksy VeChain. Well, even from the split, we can take a look at this.
Yeah.
All right, let's say it hung around an 80% loss for most of the time. It got worse. It got all the way down to like you were underwater like almost 90%. But as you can see, it traded a lot in this area for quite a while. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months. Up a little, back down. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So you spent over a year, 80% underwater, and that's presuming that there's not a higher one over here at the actual start of the bear market, the start of 2018, which I guarantee you it was. I can't prove it to you with this data, but so no, I don't expect VeChain to survive the bear market. None of these alts survive the bear market. Bitcoin doesn't even survive the bear market. Bitcoin gets down like 80, 85%. So you may ask yourself, if you care, maybe you've got a long-term point of view and you just think, oh, okay, well, if VeChain goes down 80%, I'll just buy more. Maybe that's true.
I got a couple buddies who that's the mentality. They're never going to sell the VeChain.
Yeah, and maybe that's true, although I generally find people who watch other people do live TA aren't the kind of people who plan to have, that sort of...
You're going to ride these bags down to all-time lows.
Yeah. Hopefully no one who watches my show is like, oh yeah, I'm just going to hold on to all my bags during the bear market and watch everything go away.
That's how to play it.
So yeah, I guess there's really not much more to say on that topic. No, VeChain's not special. So I hope that it's greatly covered that. As far as where we should be looking for a pop here, I'm not really sure. We certainly appear to be breaking above 14 cents. So at this rate, I'd be looking towards maybe 18 cents. And it would be crazy, but I do see a retest of the highs at 25 cents would be some interesting volume too. This area right here. Whoops. Dang it. Come on. Get out of my way. Let's see. We should still be holding our weekly trend if I'm not mistaken. Yep, this is our weekly trend. Our weekly trend is all the way behind us here. So is it that much to... I don't think it's an extreme position to take that we could retest the highs and then have one more leg down to retest our weekly trend line, which we have not done.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's really my contention with a lot of these alts. Like if we were to zoom out much further than we have on a lot of them today, you'll look and you'll see we're this far extended from our weekly trend line. It's just based on just simple. It's a logarithmic trend line. This isn't even like a linear trend line. It's still parabolic. It's still parabolic. Just price has been even more parabolic, and we're kind of settling down. What's next?
All right, we had an extended look at VeChain for West Hammer. Hopefully that did answer some of your questions. Great long-term view on that. Going to read a couple comments here really quick. Cavano Trades joins us in the live chat, says, hello peeps, good to have you back, Cavano Trades. And I saw another user, yes, Benjal on YouTube writes, glad to see you guys back on YouTube. Why, thank you, we are glad to be back and reporting. Another new user just joined us in the YouTube chat, says, hey guys, just subscribed, appreciate the stream, I really like the content so far. I was hoping to get your opinions. I feel like we're kind of rolling over on the daily Bitcoin, maybe see a downtrend. We did cover Bitcoin a little earlier in Alex's analysis.
I would argue the exact opposite narrative.
Yep, Snooty, I do recommend you check out the replay. You can rewind now or after the show. We have timestamps that stamp all the different tokens that we look at. So do follow and subscribe and stand by for the replay in order to catch our thoughts on Bitcoin. But in the meantime, let's keep it going on the requests. And the chest is coming out in about 4 minutes for the DLive users. BFlow, can you check out GERO on ChartX, 12-hour or 4-hour? Look, please. GERO, that's GERO on ChartX.
Okay.
How do you find these things?
Oops.
GERO wallet, it's an Ethereum-based token. Looks like you found it.
Maybe. It's okay, I guess.
Kind of seems like a little bit of buy, cry, die situation where you got your 3 tests, but I just don't like
it. I see 1, I see 2, and this isn't even a lower low, so I don't actually think it's one of those.
Yeah, I wouldn't like taking it there. I don't like how little data you have, but
yeah, I think arguably we could be just trapped under resistance right now. Something like this. So support resistance level. Come down here, support, breakdown, back over, support. Resistance. Duh. Resistance. I'll tell you what, like maybe if we make it back over 35 cents, then I'd be interested in GERO. But until then, I'd just be too worried about this resistance level. What's next?
All right, thank you for a look at GERO on ChartX. Let's get into the next one. How are we doing on time? All right, 1.5 minutes to go for the chest. Gives us time to look at this one from VinX on YouTube. He writes, haven't seen WIN USDT for quite some time. Could you give some analysis from the start of the bull run for it? Maybe someone took a trade or 2 on it. Thanks. All right, did we take any WIN trades during this last bull cycle, guys?
I mean,
that you can recall off the top of your head?
I could not on earth tell you which coins I took trades on. Like, seriously, it's just way too many.
Way too many.
Maybe.
I most likely could remember it. I don't think I've ever taken a WIN trade for the group.
Any thoughts on WIN? Let's see what we have.
It doesn't look like anything special. I can't remember what it was, but it looks like the first coin we looked at on the show today.
Isn't it a type of token for like Tron's Casino?
Who fucking cares? It does stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Wink or whatever. Wink.
Wing. Then there's Winks. The WNX. Are you sure you're not mixing them up?
No, like look at the top. It says WINK, but it's WIN USDT. That's the Tron one. That's the
Okay.
casino token.
Yeah, I don't really see anything that special about this. The volume that is most interesting is 1/10 of a cent. I would look at as resistance here. But we certainly can't take a trade on it. It's not above zero. WADA doesn't like it. We're only just peaking above our daily baseline. We still have a lot of resistance overhead here.
Chest opening.
Get your chest.
What's next?
Your bloody chest.
All right, guys. Chest is opening right now. Sorry if we didn't give you some heads up. Here's a little preview on the top right of my prompt. It looks like I was able to successfully claim today 261 lemons going out to the fam today. Thank you to Ben for distributing those lemons. Let's see who the big winner of the lemon giveaway is going to be today. Here we go, just updated. Here are today's lemon giveaway recipients. Let's see who took the top spot. Electric with 51 lemons. Shoutouts to Electric. Glad you got your lemons in. Crypto Bull 29. David Rice with 21. Jason with 17. And myself with 14 lemons. Big lemon giveaway. Thank you everybody who participated. Hopefully you got yours. In the meantime, we've got about 15 minutes left in the show. That's right, guys. It's Wednesday. We do wrap early in order to move over to the more private, the more intimate community mentorship session coming at you in just about 45 minutes from now. In the meantime, let's get into the next request. Only a few left now. Here's one from Exit Only 23. Just a comment to his I wanted to highlight. He says, I mined Doge back in the day. I had 100,000 of them. Then sold them because it's just a damn meme coin. I'm not even mad. Okay, I'm a little mad. Okay, I feel you. Imagine selling some of these. Go ahead, Jason.
I had 200,000 MATIC when it first dropped.
Damn.
Yep, that would have been nice.
All right. Well, remind me
This is
to.
why you don't sell anything ever, and you just hold everything to zero or infinity.
Model forever.
Yeah.
That's when I first started trading, man. Like
Zero or infinity, no in between.
Yep, you can maybe consider making a gauntlet out of your favorite alt hodl positions. Diamond encrusted gauntlet with coins you will likely never sell. Apparently Doge was one of them. All right, that's enough of Doge. Let's look at Nathan Soki on YouTube requesting BNB. Actually, we did BNB. Am I right?
Yeah, we did.
All right, we already looked at BNB, but thank you for that one. Check the replay if you want to have a closer look at BNB. Alex, can you take a look at the following? Says Ali on YouTube. Doge, Litecoin, BNB. Should we get out of the price levels you told us in the past shows? Okay, so these are, I think, kind of highs on some of these tokens. So maybe we could do, we did BNB already. Let's look at Doge. You've listed 46 cents for Doge according to Homie here. We're kind of traveling in that direction. Would you still stay by that? Would you sell the next top?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. I would be looking for a retest of resistance here. So, yeah, what I have marked out, basically. Wait, actually, we may even look just a little higher here. I'd be looking for 55, 60 cents on Doge, and then I look to get out for right now. Another leg down, another push for everybody out. I got to tell you guys, if you're looking for another opinion besides we have another leg down, I just don't see it yet. And it could be that I'm wrong. It certainly happens. If you guys remember, I was bearish from 10K to 12K and then 12K to 14K, and then finally I had to give up the ghost on being bearish as Bitcoin kept pumping. But then, you know, I was right at 40K, and then I was right at 60K. Sometimes I get it wrong, guys. So it could be that I'm just too bearish in this spot. That's why I bring up the past. It's happened before. I'm more of a bear than I am a bull. But I really do think that after we get a relief rally from these levels that we're experiencing on alts and Bitcoin, that we'll have that other leg down and at least retest the lows, if not make one more new low. So I do think that you should be looking to get out right around 55 cents on Doge. Whatever I said earlier today on BNB. And then let's look at Litecoin.
Yes, Litecoin, he seems to have targets of 225, 255 from your previous analyses noted here.
Yep.
So
that is what Alex of the past has drawn out. I think that makes the most sense. I really like the 265, 275 area. And then as an interesting dark horse candidate, $300. 315. So these areas right here.
Coming at you like a dark horse.
So we're just looking at two major resistance levels and saying, okay, well, these are the levels most likely to reject from. We've got major resistance here. See, boom, boom. So this area right here. And then this area has been resistance here, support here. All right, so these are two major areas. And if it's likely to reject from anywhere, it would be these two areas. I'm looking towards here, and I have some Litecoin. I'll probably be doing some offloading at that time. But I will probably not offload it immediately when we reach 245. I'll probably sell half and then, wait and see what happens. And then maybe I'll end up selling the other half down here, or maybe it will be up here. We'll see. You play the odds best you can.
all right.
So that was
All right, Ali, hopefully that covers your question. Indeed, our analysts are still sticking to that general thesis of test up, another big leg down. Those are potential spots for you to plot an exit course. Let's have a Borg's channel request come up next. Can we look at SOFI? Just IPO'd through the SPAC merger. Seems strong to me compared to most IPOs. All right, that's SOFI. Yep.
I guess this was a good trade, like back down here, but now you're starting to get near resistance. This is the resistance level. This entire area is resistance up here. This appears to be our trading range. I would see if you can grab it near. If you think it's strong, I'll take your word for it. I know nothing about this company. The chart. Yeah, it could keep going up, but we could also trade sideways in this range for another couple months before it does anything. So for right now, I would try and be grabbing it near $20 and $15 and maybe playing the range and be a seller around $25. And then once you get a breakout above $26, $26.25, then you could probably take that with some confidence to whatever new highs it ends up going to. What's next?
All right, next request. Still a few minutes left in the show. We have MATIC and RLC for BK Fly on DLive. Quick look at MATIC first.
Looks pretty crummy right now. Below the daily baseline, curled under on our oscillator. WTICO's firing bearish. I'd say don't do anything with it for right now.
All right, we also have RLC for the same gentleman.
Man, RLC was so strong for like a month there. What happened? This happened.
People got turned.
This could be kind of a decent bounce trade to play here. I don't dislike the break of trend that we have.
Yeah, on decreasing
This up
volume.
just a little. I think you could take this to a retest of the highs. Yeah. It's probably the best way to play it. And have your stop just on the other side of this low. Two areas of resistance are here and here. So maybe be taking profits around $7. And then if that breaks, I'd be looking around 11 or 12. What's next?
All right, great look at RLC there for BK Fly. Getting into the next one, Theta for Jose Alves. Can we look at Theta, please? No problem.
Looks like we could be getting a long signal at the end of today. Yeah, I'll put this on our list. This could be a good initial long signal. We're breaking above this resistance level right now. We're still within the qualifying line, but above our daily baseline. We're above zero on our oscillator, and Watt is firing off with enough momentum that we're actually over the dead zone today. So it looks pretty good. I think I'd be looking towards $10, maybe $11 as our resistance with this area right here. And then if we were to break down again, I'd be looking for maybe not even $3 anymore, maybe $4 range. It's kind of hard to tell. Okay, what's next?
All right, thank you for a look at Theta. CryptoBull21 in the DLive chat writes, ever since I joined CC, I've been able to vacay every 2 weeks. Well, I'm not sure if that's totally true, CryptoBull. I'm not sure how you're vacating.
I hope that's true, because that's the entire point, right? Take control, financial control of your life, and do the things you want to do. That's why we do what we do.
How he manages to still do the timestamps on regular vacations, I don't know. But CryptoBull, you've outdone yourself on the timestamps, vacationing or not. Next request on the request line. We got about 4 minutes left in the show. Favorite, user by name of Favorite on YouTube writes, can we do Cardano, MATIC, or Tron? I think we've looked at several of those already.
Let's look
at Cardano real quick.
We are in a Cardano long right now.
Cardano is starting to break above resistance. This is a good sign. I would be looking to take it at least to $2. We've got resistance here, $2.10.
Right about where our take profit is. Looks like our first TP on ADA is $2.05.
Perfect.
Right in the slot.
Yeah. Yep, I would be looking for right around $2.10 to be taking profits. So, after that, who knows? Probably another leg down. I would think.
I expect to probably get stopped out on that, possibly at break even after hitting TP1. But we'll see.
So that's a trade you put on, Jason?
Yep. We got into a couple days ago.
Beautiful. Well, guys, you can of course follow Jason's trades by joining premium.krakencryptocurrency.com. Get access to our traders' complete trade journal. Follow their trades and all their positions live, available to all the premium members. Our highly profitable traders. Always good to crib some notes off of. In the meantime, let's get into the next one. We also had Tron on this particular request.
All right. We're going to do Win and Tron today. I don't like to give Justin Sun that much attention.
Looking pretty damn weak, but...
Yeah, there's no reason why we would take this here. And if you think about it, there's so many trades that are already more bullish, that are already above the above their baseline. Jeez, that are already above the daily baseline. That I think it just makes sense to take stronger coins in this spot. So basically, almost anything we looked at earlier in the show where we were above the baseline, Theta is stronger. Theta is like almost a long signal today. I do think the TRX will move up here with everything else. So if you're asking me because you're like already in it, you're like, just fuck you, Alex, just tell me where to take profit. Like, fine, just right up here around 10 cents, 9 cents. I like this range for taking profits. But if you're thinking about longing it now, maybe there's better choices from what we looked at today, right? Okay.
Shut up and give me trading advice, Alex.
What's next?
All right, that one is in the bag. Shoutouts to Favorite. All right, we have a few minutes still left in the show. Maybe we can knock out one of the following requests. All right, Monero for Mirko in the live chat.
This looks basically ready.
Yeah, you just need a little bit more, don't you?
Yeah. I would say maybe this take profit area is possibly a little conservative. You might even be able to take profits on it up here at 425, 400. Maybe these are the two areas to be looking to take profits. But once we break above, well, this price, once we break above 285, I expect us to move very quickly towards into the 300s. What's next?
All right, closing minutes of the show here. So 2 questions and 1 request still remaining. All right, first question is from Ryan King on YouTube. He asks, so should we just leave alts and get into Bitcoin during the bear market? Of course, this I think dovetails from the that question concerning VET and bear market drawdown.
I would say the appropriate thing to do would be to leave Bitcoin and alts and get into the dollar. Do it.
Get in the cash. Get to the dollar. Get out of here.
Yes.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, you're gonna lose value going into Bitcoin too, because it's gonna in a bear market. Bitcoin loses too, man.
Yeah. I do not plan to. Right now, I do not have much by way of long-term holds. During the bear market, I was a newbie trader, and anything that I bought, I lost. So I don't have long-term holds. What I am waiting till the bear market to buy some long-term holds, but I will be damned if I'm holding anything through the bear market. And if any of you were with us through 2018 and 2019, you will understand why.
Yep, that's for sure. And indeed, it's more of a, definitely not a novice move, of course, to get into USD, sell into USDT, or whatever your preferred hedging fiat instrument is. But generally, yeah, a more advanced trader will have his eye on the money at all times, including their UST balance. And
on higher time frames, you don't have to be like a perfect trader. You don't have to live in the charts the way I do to be able to have like to have some decent success selling out in the bear market. Like, okay, maybe you would have done a shitty job. Let's say you didn't know anything about trading and you just did kind of like a shitty job selling Bitcoin and you got out maybe like $9,000 in the bear market. You held on for a couple months past the expiration date because you had hopium. It just didn't work out. You still could have sold at 9 and gotten back in at 3,500. We held in the 3,000s for quite a while, and then we visited it again during the panic of March 2020. So at any time, really, in the past not like at any time, but there was a real opportunity for basically anybody to triple up the amount of Bitcoin they had just by selling almost at any time in 2018, and then just exercising a little bit of patience for another year. So on the one hand, trading and long-term holds, these are different things, but even for long-term holds, I don't know about getting like so married to your position that you just have to hold it year after year after year, even when you know price is going to be going down. I can't do it. Oh well, those are my thoughts.
Jason, anything you want to add to that, or are we ready to move along?
Yeah, sorry, I got a little distracted
It's all
here
good.
in the chat with the other guys. I kind of missed part of it.
Money on our mind, gentlemen. Me personally, I'm holding out for the super long-term Bitcoin, and I get it. As a bit of a Bitcoin maximalist, as a Bitcoin hopeful that at any moment this coin is going to take off and head to the moon. I know it's difficult to sell back into USD, but of course, clearly the more savvy trader will do that and indeed consolidate their gains, pick up more Bitcoin on the bottoms. But I can understand why not everyone's going to have the stomach or the resolve to see that kind of move through. It's really hard to sell, right? It's really hard to sell as you're getting into the bear market. By the time you capitulate and sell, that can sometimes be the bottom, especially again if you're more of a novice trader. All right,
That's actually that's one of the reasons why I've focused so kind of heavily on hedging, just in the sense that I know how difficult it is to leave bags or other positions into USDT. So when I cover that hedge, I cover my entire portfolio balance on everything that I hodl and everything that I own. So if we do get that dip like we have, so I've been hedged since 51, but now I can hold on to those bags as well as accumulate the value of my entire portfolio without losing that dollar value, stack sats, and then hopefully when we bounce back, I mean, it just builds on top of itself, right? Just go through these cycles.
Yes, indeed. All right, so we have to wrap the show from here. I'm just going to read out the remaining 2 requests on the board. Pilo323 on Twitch. Can you guys look at Luna and Theta? Well, we've already looked at Theta. If Alex is feeling super generous, maybe we could still look at Luna.
I will look at Luna, but that's it. You get the one chart. Jack. You sure you want
Luna? It is. Yep, that's all we have in terms of requests anyway.
Okay.
773-202 Luna. It's a carpet store in Iowa.
Yeah, I believe I'm still looking for a move all the way to $11 on a Luna. I see a lot of room to move up here, but I also do see a retest of the lows eventually. Can't take it on our system though. What's next? That's right, we're done.
We are done. Just going to read the final comment on the board. It comes from Jamie Merlot. Could Bitcoin test 37,200 today and still be bullish and longable? Well, I do recommend you look back in the Bitcoin analysis, or hit us up tomorrow. We can certainly explore that question a little more, but we do have to wrap. We're already a few minutes over, so we really do got to go. Shout outs to all the great...
I mean, that's just like a previous resistance level. We retested support, we go back up. It could do that and still remain bullish, but I mean, I think you're focusing on the wrong time frame.
Yep.
Indeed. All right, guys, sorry to cut this off like this, but we do have to go. Our analysts have to prepare in time for the mentorship session. Shout outs to a lot of the great commentary coming in late through the show. Cavano Trades writes, I'm a certified bag holder here. That's right. You got to marry them, cuff yourself at the ankle to your bags, and carry it around forever. Let's have a look. Yes, certified bag flipper, says Crypto Bull 21. All right. Well, that's one way to do it.
Maybe we can make like a crypto flipping show, like the house shows. I'm going to turn this piece of shit coin into something beautiful. Let me show you.
Alex81SG, I mean, he says, we are over 50% down right now, so is this not the time or the beginning of a bear market? We should already be all in on USD. Yeah, this is a serious turning point. I guess if you want to protect your capital, yeah, you should have already been in USD weeks ago. It sucks to hedge up now and here. And of course, many of us are still confident that the bear market will resuscitate sometime later this year. So maybe if you didn't take Jason's or Alex's signal for the toppiness of the market a few weeks ago, now it's going to be extra painful to try to hedge up. Let's see here. Okay, guys, we do have to go. David Rice, thanks for another great show. Thank you, David. Thank you, says Pilo. And Jose, great show as always. Thank you, Jose. And Crypto Bull and David Rice. So many more. I see all of your comments. Awesome edutainment. Thanks, CC fam. Thank you. All right, guys. Much love. Thank you so much for your participation today. Thank you to our analysts and premium members.
See you guys in the mentoring session.
Mentoring session it is. Out the door we go. Peace out.
Goodbye.